Hey guys, welcome back to our continued coverage of Baltimore Comic-Con Live. What a fantastic panel. Total horror panel. Apologies to Mr. Hahn who jumped on at the very end. But hey, you know, that's how it goes when you do a whole show live, guys. So we're going to keep the ball rolling. Our next guest coming up for the next hour, you know him. He's worked in movies, in the industry, in visual effects, prop making, model making for over 28 years now. He's worked on films and television shows, movies like The Hunger Games, Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Trek, The Walking Dead, Titanic, Batman, just to name a few. He's known around the world on YouTube for his tutorials teaching cosplayers how to make foam armor, props. He's going to spend right about the next 50 to 55 minutes kind of giving you a little bit of a demonstration. So without further ado, guys, give a massive Baltimore Comic-Con welcome to Mr. Evil Ted Smith. Ted?
Hey.
Nice mask, man. Let's go ahead and...
Oh, wait. I don't need it. I don't need this?
I don't think you need that.
Oh, it's right. It's virtual. Sorry, guys.
We're virtual this year, Ted. This is awesome. Ted, thank you so much for being here. I know what a busy man you are.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. Being virtual, my dog is being obnoxious. Welcome, guys. Hi, guys. How you doing? I'm so glad you guys reached out to me. This has been fun. The one thing about the, of course, the pandemic is not being able to go to cons and do things. And then this whole virtual thing started popping up. And I was like, I want to be a part of this. So thanks for reaching out to me, guys. Thank you.
Without a doubt, you know, we've been trying to have you on for the past few mainframes, but I mean, you're very, very busy guy. I mean, you're an active working prop maker in Hollywood. So, I mean, it's just such a pleasure to have you. Before you start your demonstration,
yes,
I just want to remind everybody, guys, Evil Ted, you are doing some private meet and greets that people can purchase if they head over to the meet and greet section of this website. So if you guys want to really do a deep dive, if you're a cosplayer, definitely go to the meet and greets. We have a special promo code. If you use the promo code FOAMGUY, FOAMGUY, all one word, you get $10 off your meet and greet with Evil Ted. It's going to be an hour-long deep dive, answering all your questions. You can show them your cool props that you guys have made. So definitely take advantage of that over at the meet and greet section. So Ted, what are you going to be working on today?
I've been really excited because things inspire me, and I, like most cosplayers, you see something you really dig, and there's this whole big thing, Cyberpunk 2077. The game is coming out, and it got me really fired up. And I started watching like the early like trailers for the game and stuff. The one thing about the game and all the makers out there is that not a lot of crazy armor stuff. It's mostly about accents and things on people's faces, and I was really intrigued by that. So I thought, you know something? That'd be something cool to make. So I started making patterns. I got like 4 I'm working on, and hopefully my plan is I'm rushing to get them done, so I'll have them in my shop before the game comes out. But I love that in game there's all these enhancements. So I'm making today. We're going to be making a cyber eye enhancement, and I have everything all pre-cut and ready to go. So we're going to do simple foam patterns I've made. I have them sitting over here, and we're going to do a cyber eye enhancement build today.
Awesome. Well, I want to go ahead and just cut you loose. Before I do, guys, everything you see that Evil Ted's going to be showing you, all of his patterns, stuff you can get. You've got free patterns on your website. If you head over, head over to the cosplay page here at BaltimoreComicConLive.com, you'll see buttons for all of Evil Ted's stuff all over the cosplay page. So head over to the cosplay page of Baltimore Comic-Con Live. Click on Evil Ted. You can get. I've actually done a lot of your downloads. I did one of your helmet builds. I've done some shoulder builds. So
nice.
If I can do it, anybody could do it. I promise you.
And that has been my mission. Is that I think people get intimidated when they see a complete costume. They freak out. And if you watch somebody do it step by step, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I can do this. It is doable. It really is.
It is very doable. So Ted, I'm going to hang out in the background, but cut you loose. We'll be monitoring the chat and all that. But go ahead.
Fantastic, please, guys. All by all means, there's one thing I do really well is I can take questions and talk while I build.
Great. So we'll be monitoring the chat, guys. Put your questions up. We'll throw them on the screen for Evil Ted. So I'll be hanging around in the background. Ted, take it away, man.
All right, here you go, guys. Sorry for the shaky cam. I'm going to switch the camera around real quick so you guys can see what I'm doing. Well, just a minute. Get all set up. Stand by. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Earthquake.
Ted, that's filthy, man. Do you ever clean your cutting board, Ted?
You know something? And guys, right for this, I have pants on, so cut me some slack.
You're at least there's one of us.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. Get this all set up. Now I'm bringing you guys a little bit closer. There it is. Great. Let me move some stuff out of the way. move my camera so I can see what I'm doing. And oh, sorry, hold on. I use another camera, but since we're doing the live stream format thing, so sorry guys, hold on, it's coming. What you guys are seeing here, these are all some foam pieces I have cut and made. Here, let's slice them around. Oh, dang it, hold on guys. Adjusting.
That's okay. It's the beauty of live television.
Just this needs to be a little tighter. Hold on. Turning. There we go. Got it. Okay, what we have here, some pieces, and this is for my cyber eyeball enhancement. And we're going to put this together today. The fronts, and these are all the pieces. So we're going to start with, put all this stuff aside. Now this pattern, I designed it for the right eye, but the cool thing about this pattern, with anything, if you flip it, you can make it for the left. So of course, we're going to grab some contact cement. Now, I got excited when I saw the game, and I wanted to make parts, and I thought, if you 2mm foam is such a great foam that's readily available, and it's super inexpensive, and it's everywhere. You can go to most craft stores and get it, or you can go to cosplay supply places. There's TNT Cosplay Supply, one of my main suppliers of foam. And if you guys want to go to a local craft store, you can definitely go to Michael's. Now, as you guys can see here, I'm going to apply contact cement to the edges here. This is going to be the eye side here. Now, I designed this with the idea of, like, possibly in the future putting a light in it. I don't have any lights today, but we'll definitely, it's something you can do. All right. And I'd like to tell you what, while these guys are drying, let's go ahead and apply glue to some other spots here. This eyeball was not designed to be seen through, but I thought about it. You could just take a brass tube and cut a small hole in the center, and you definitely could see through if you wanted to.
Ted, what kind of glue do you like using?
I use any relatively good contact cement is good. I used to be a big supporter of barge cement, but over time, barge cement is kind of hard to get and it's super expensive. So I found that I just kind of fell back on DAP Wellwood contact cement, and that stuff's great because it's just most contact cements wherever you're are accessed in different countries, you can get it. So it's a great source of. Where's my foam scraps here? I'm sorry, guys. I had something I'm looking for. But yeah, it's contact cement is a great form. That one and super glue are two of my favorites. But anyway, yeah, if anybody has any questions, guys, please ask. I'm love to tell you anything you guys want to know. Now, usually you let this stuff dry. I have a piece of, where's my scrap foam here? I have a cup.
We have a question from D. Cross who asks, is this contact cement without a mask? I'm not sure what that means.
No, he means like it's a vapor content. What I do is I have a fan. I work in a heavy ventilated area, but yes, if you're working with contact cement in an enclosed area, if you're in your bedroom or in a garage or something like that, you definitely want airflow. I have a big shop, so I have a fan off camera blowing in my face. And also I have my mask on, but it kind of inhibits my voice, so I didn't have it on today. But yes, you should always wear if you're working in an enclosed area, you definitely want to work with a mask. And you'll find out really quickly, if you open up a can of contact cement in your house, everybody in your family is going to go, what's that smell? They're going to come looking for you. You'll get busted very quickly. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's stick this on the top like that. Still a little wet. Hold on, guys. Let me speed this up with a hairdryer.
Oh, we got all the time in the world, Ted.
Oh,
although I do see a lot of teeny weeny pieces that probably are a long time
it's kind of. But the saving grace on this is that it's very small. So my mission is what I'm trying to do is I want to get this built and painted and complete by our whole show. All right, here we go. Now it's dry enough. We stick these two together like that. Got it. Now, here's our eye. Let me line this guy up just like that. Go centered. Making sure you guys can see this. What I'm going to do is I line up the edge. So you guys can see this. and just carry it around all the way to the edge like this. That's what's so great about contact cement. It's just as soon as it makes contact, it is stuck.
So it's not just a clever name.
No, it's real in advertising. Now, I just realized one of the things I like to do when I'm putting foam to foam, sometimes you'll get a bit of a gap. And to prevent that from happening, just on the edges, apply a little contact cement on the edge as well too. Just like that. Just like that. And some scrap foam. You know, it's so funny. I have a big thing of scrap foam. And I'm going to grab some real quick.
While you're grabbing your scrap foam, we got a question from Lord Crispy Nug.
Excellent name, Lord Crispy Nug. What's up?
How do you keep motivation to keep working on cosplay and set work?
You know something that's a really good question. Is that sometimes the motivation it does get a little hard, but I find that sometimes you have to set yourself like a deadline, or like that's one thing I realized that it's happening with a lot of my friends and other cosplayers and builders and makers out there, is that there's no deadline, there's no convention, there's nothing to build toward, so you kind of lose your steam. And so my play on this is that this is the perfect time to take advantage of the extra time you have. So I think it's best if you just try to set yourself a deadline for a project. These patterns I've been doing, like these cyberpunk patterns, they're done, but I still got some tweaking to do on them. So it just, sometimes, some days you just have to push yourself a little harder than others.
So is this pattern on your website or no?
It's going to be, yes.
Okay.
Everything I'm making, this eyeball and the cyber jaw, I'll show you guys later. And cyber eye, cyber jaw, cyber military eyes, and then and a cyber brain enhancement. I have all these patterns I'm doing for my, so guys, you can see this coming together. Here's the eyepiece. All right. So now you see these holes here. I cut these guys out because I have some ribbed detail. This is craft foam. If you guys can see, there's a little bit of ribbed texture to it. And you can find these things online. Textured foam, I got this on Amazon. And you take this guy like this and you place it behind it. And look at that. See? Makes it look all techie.
That is awesome. You mentioned cutting. The comments are blowing up. I'm going to try not to interrupt you all too much, but people are really interested in this. Marcus Veneer asks, what's the easiest way to cut the foam? Because obviously these were pre-cut.
Oh my gosh, yes. Guys, these things to cut the foam with, two things. There's the standard box cutter blade. These guys that are great to have for cutting bigger pieces, and for smaller pieces, a craft knife. These guys are great. Just a good old-fashioned craft knife, and the blades are great. Now, this particular one Frisker made, I have links for this on my website. If you guys go to my website, I love the Frisker one because it's rubberized and you can hold it, and it makes you allowed to steer and cut. But these guys are great, but when you find the big blade, nothing dulls foam faster. It's crazy. Nothing dulls a blade faster than foam. So periodically, I have a sharpener, and you just kind of, once you cut, you can resharpen your blade.
That's very frugal of you, Evil Ted.
All right. Yeah, because I'm cheap. So now we got this guy really cool. This is all lined up. Let's go. Let me make sure it fits pretty good in back here. Make sure it's fitting. Yeah, tell you what, let me just nick these corners off. They're a little high. Let me chop these guys down a little bit. There you go. There, cut that corner. Cut that corner. Sorry, guys, just realized I'm not square. There, it's okay. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some super glue in here because it's fast. I'm going to run a little glue here on this edge and this guy on the tops.
And Geeky Puffball, I see you in the chats. You too, Marcus. You can meet Evil Ted if you want. Just head on over to the meet and greet section. He's going to be doing a private group video tutorials live in video, like Zoom chats. So you can ask all your questions there as well.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Please chat away. All right, there we go. See, look, now it's gluing it. One thing about foam that I really like, it's so easy, is the recess detail. I like making things that have, it's always good to stick things on the outside, but it's always good to cut and make recesses just to add some kind of like dimension to it. Now, there's our eyeballs coming together. So I do have some 8mm These are 8mm half rounds. I got these from TNT. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these guys on to create this kind of like cable thing going on. So what we're going to do, same thing. We're going to get some contact cement. Tell you what, hold on, let me grab another piece of scrap foam here. Sorry, guys.
While you're grabbing your scrap foam, D Cross also asked, could you tell us what brand of blade sharpener you use?
Oh, what blade sharpener? This is Crenshaw. The company is called Crenshaw. And again, everybody, if you guys want to know, just go to my website, eviltedsmith.com, and everything I use on this video today is listed on that website. So go check it out.
And links to his website are up on the cosplay page of Baltimore Comic-Con Live.
Look at that, guys. How coincidence. All right, think, huh? Get that. Now, so what I'm going to do is I take some contact cement. Sorry, guys. Oops, that isn't. Dang it. Hold on, guys. That's what I get for moving stuff. Sorry. Man alive, it just setting. Okay, sorry. Moving everything around. Now we're going to apply some contact cement for the half round details. With contact cement, I always find the thinner you put it on, the better it is. The thinner it is, the faster it dries. So what I usually do is I'll dab some on here like this. Then I'll take some scrap foam and just thin it out.
You're like the Bob Ross of cosplay. I mean, this is great. And this is like, this is mesmerizing.
Oh, thank you. It's like, I was at a convention in Canada, and a young woman came up to me, and I said, she walked by my booth, and she's like, oh my God, you're Evil Ted. I said, yes. And we started talking, and she would just periodically stop and giggle, and she's like, your voice. I said, yes. She goes, I build costumes for my kids for Halloween. She goes, I would have you playing in the background. I got so used to your voice. She's like, it's very soothing. I said, well, thank you. I did not know I had that effect on people in my voice. So now we're going to apply the contact cement to the 8mm pieces, but we want to add, I'm trying to wipe off some of this excess, is that on the top of the 8mm piece, you want to make sure you get contact cement on that too, because we're going to make sure it makes contact on the eye part. So again, I dab it, take my scrap piece and thin it out really fast. Ooh. And I'm getting glue all over my hands. Sorry guys, I should have some gloves on. Sorry, got that. Okay, set that aside. And we have 3 pieces that we're going to add. So we're going to put contact cement on all these parts. Same thing, do the top and the sides. Smooth it out. And again, contact cement, the thinner it is, the faster it dries. Does anybody have any questions? This is a great time to ask. I'm just going to apply glue, let things dry here.
I'm afraid to put this up because I don't know what ASMR means, but Going Ape Costume says, Ted, ASMR.
Oh, hey, it's going, guys, really quickly. Going Ape Cosplay is a fellow cosplayer of mine. We're stream buddies on Twitch, and she does amazing foam work. She did, there's the video game Doom, and those monsters in Doom, these big skeleton creatures that had these giant guns in her back. Yeah, she made the whole costume. I was just like, good Lord, Becky. And she was like, go big or go home. I'm like, all right. So that's some words to live by.
That's the cosplay philosophy right there.
Yeah, I so desperately want to build a big costume someday. What stops me is I just have no place to put it. Like when I get a costume, I'm like, oh, we're going to put this damn thing. So, all right, now, you can see, now I'm going to show you guys the context. And this is the longest one right here, this piece right here. So we take our piece here. And when you touch it, you make sure you touch the side of the foam ring first, right? Come right in here like this and make contact, see? And that makes it stick right there. And then you follow down the side like this. Pow, like that. See, it kind of creates that kind of cool piping around the eye. And again, this is so cool because this stuff did not exist 5 years ago, all this foam trim. and things you could get, and like piping and triangles and half rounds. When I started, you had to make all this stuff because it didn't exist. So now you can get this stuff.
Is this stuff recyclable, or what do you recommend for foam scraps?
Oh, foam scraps. I keep as much as I can for little projects. I'm making the contact here real quick. Make contact on the side. It's foam is not unlike not really like plastic. I know there's not much of recycling for it. So any piece. Oh, I just realized. Look at this, guys. I put this on backwards. I flipped it around. I got the wrong one on. Hold on. Did I just do this? I did. Hold on, guys. Sometimes if you stick something on and it's not supposed to be where it's supposed to be, you try to take it off, you'll destroy it. So what I do is I have a thing of Podge thinner, and I'll just take a little dab. And what this does is it reactivates the glue. Boop, comes right off.
Wow.
All right, so now I realized, hold on, it's the wrong one. So I have to put this guy. Oops, it's taking all the glue off. Hold on, guys. I put too much on. Set back. Hold on, I'm going to take a hair dryer to this real quick. Oh, what's the best material to add to a homemade costume? I'm going to be attacked for Spooky Day, and I need Emperor symbol. Wow, buying trashy pizza. To add homemade costume. I mean, you can use anything. When I started off as a kid, all I had access to was cardboard when I was a kid. It's like, that was it. Cardboard and then paper mache. And there's so many products now that you could just use poster board, cardboard. You can go to pick up some Mod Podge. This stuff is great. Like it's acrylic based stuff. And very gently put on a very thin coat on top of your cardboard. So therefore, when you paint it, the paint doesn't soak into the cardboard. There's all these great things you can do now that you couldn't do when I was a kid. So you got access to all this great stuff. Now let's do this again and put the right part on. Okay, here we go. I got it now. Do as I say, not as I do. Got it. There you go.
If you play this in reverse, it
yeah, exactly.
Totally works.
It'll totally work. See, there you go. Got that. You guys kind of see it coming together now. Love the half round stuff. The half round detail is my favorite. I love that stuff.
Where can the average cosplayer pick up like stuff like the half round and the ridged?
Oh yeah, again, this is all stuff you can definitely. I know they sell at Abundance some stuff at Michael's, but the really thin stuff you can order this stuff online. All my half rounds and stuff I just order from TNT Cosplay Supplies. They have the 8mm half rounds I really like using. All right, so we got this, guys. This is starting to come together. And then what we're going to do is take this piece right here, just for speed's sake, we're going to use some super glue. Now, there's certain points, like people usually ask me, like, what's the point where you use super glue and where you use contact cement? If you're laying something down that you need to hold down, like those little 8mm pieces, it's easier to lay them down with contact cement than super glue. But for this guy, it's just a round plug. Super easy. Just tack that down with super glue. There we go. So you got that.
I have to second what Dex Baker says. He said, I would have already made a slight error by now and given up and swore vengeance. I'm with you, Dex.
Oh, no. Guys, it's just the thing about preparation and time. I'll let you guys in a secret. This is my third time building this. When I make the pattern, I always make things 3 times. So especially if I'm making a pattern for my shop, I want to make sure everything works. So that's one of the things I need to do. Now that we have this guy on here, this part. Oh, wait, hold on, guys. I'm going to grab something really quick. Don't worry. I'll be right back.
Guys, just a reminder, all of Ted's patterns and stuff are all available at his website at evilted.com. There's links to those in the cosplay page here at BaltimoreComicConLive.com. That's
right. If you guys have not been to the Michael's craft stores yet lately, I have a line of molds I've been doing at the stores. And this one is my Cybertech mold. So focus. Why does it always do that? Focus on him. It's focusing. There you go. This is my Cybertech mold. And this guy right here is this piece right here. And I like the shape. So I took some liquid Sculpey and only dripped halfway to get this part, which is this part right here. and I liked it so much. I thought that'd be so cool on this cyber eye, right? So that's what we're going to do. That we're going to glue this guy onto that for our cyber eye. I wonder if we do it like this. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, let's do a. I like the angle better. Okay.
This would be really good for a Borg cosplay.
Right, exactly. And in the cyberpunk world, everybody still are humans, but they have all these enhancement on them. So I wanted to do like some guys will have cyber like jaws and eyes and headgear. So it was the whole thinking of this. So that's why I want to make this thing very small in their profile. So you guys can just make this part and paint it up. There we go. Stick. Perfect. And now we got this. We're going to add some additional details. There's some flat places you can choose to leave smooth, but I always think it'd be cool to add a little bit more detail. So I have these pieces here. Let me make sure I have the right one before I glue it down and not repeat my mistake. Let's see. That's this one right here.
You never know where you need a button or
right, exactly,
a rivet or something.
And I think I always find that when you're building something, especially if you're going to paint it, it's like anything you can put under to add texture and things you can add different colors to. So once I get this glued on and I paint it, it allows me to have things I can accent with different colors of paint.
I got to tell you, Ted, this is such a nice sigh of relief. Like with Baltimore Comic-Con, we've just been go, 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 go. And this is just a wonderful breath of fresh air.
Oh, fantastic. It's time
the
to catch
entire con crew is just like, I'm just going to sit and watch Ted build something.
Yeah, well, again, everybody, Baltimore Comic-Con, thank you so much for having me on. And what I really like is when this is all over with, I'd love you guys to invite me to your convention because I would love to come and meet people in person.
2021. It'll be here before we know it.
I know. We got my fingers crossed, guys. I really do. All right, here we go. Got this. Lay it down. There. And let's see that little extra added to detail just adds more to it. Now, just when you think we're done, no, we're not. This piece is the eye, and this is the eye socket part we're going to glue on. This goes on right like so. This could be the flange. Hold on. Make sure I get this on correctly. Like that. They're going to wrap up like that. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some contact cement. Tell you what, before we do that, let's take some super glue and add some rivet detail. Now, these are little pieces. The rivet details I'm using is I took a piece of brass tubing and just cut out 2 millimeter foam. I have a sharp piece of brass tubing. Let's go. Just cut them out. And that's what I do for additional detail. I know a lot of people out there love using the googly eyes, the plastic googly eyes. I find a lot of people starting off to use those. But the problem with the googly eyes is that they're just thin shells of plastic. And if you're wearing a costume and you bump against something or rub up against something, they snap off sometimes. So you got to be careful. So I just prefer to make them out of just foam, make everything foam. And now for this guy right here, additional detail. Tell you what, let's not glue this on. Let's put this on first before we glue that on. So this is a perfect example for contact cement.
Huge thank you to Baker here. Says this is easily the best put together virtual con. Thanks, Baltimore Comic-Con.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Thanks, Sal, for hosting the video. Yeah, big thanks to Comic Pop Sal. We're streaming live on his YouTube channel as well as many other YouTube channels. But huge thanks to Comic Pop Sal.
Yeah, and again, everybody, for all the people out there, the person asked earlier about staying motivated. I agree. I understand, guys. It is tough right now, but is to have things like this, virtual cons, and you need to get that con fix somehow. And I think the best way to do it is if any kind of virtual cons are going on, definitely try to check it out, sign up, see people. It does take the edge off. And I have friends that I like, but I can't see them because they're so far away. So we do a lot of Skyping or was that Zoom and all that stuff. We just try to stay in touch. It's so great just to talk to people that are like fellow makers. It's just nice to catch up with. To let you know, guys, you're not alone in this. We're all going a little nuts. And I love conventions so much that every time I'd come home, I'd always have the post-con depression. Like, no, that was so fun. And you look at pictures and you remember that day, how fun it was, and you're sorry it ended.
I think everybody feels that from time to time, especially now.
Especially now. It really does.
We're gonna feel that on Monday. Even though it's a virtual con, it's been so just exciting, all the fun stuff we've been doing. It's like, oh man, let's do it again.
All right, then I'm going to glue this on. So again, with the contact cement, I try to always apply contact cement of where I'm going to make the contact. I don't try to go too crazy with it because I find that it's just, you only want to put the glue where you want to make the contacts on your foam. Just a habit I got into, because sometimes when you're sealing things, you can see the glue. You can see the glue where it was. And especially making something like a cyber robot or something, you're going to paint it like a bright silver. Any indications, anything indifferent, that really shows up in silver paint. So to cover my butt, I just only apply the contact cement of where I know it's going to stick and where I want it. So everybody, again, thank you so much for your patience.
No, this is fantastic.
All right, guys, you can see, look at that, slowly come together. Okay, let me just bring a hairdryer in real quick. I apologize for the noise. I'm gonna do this off camera so it's not so loud.
You know, for those people who don't know, I mean, you talk a lot about the hair dryers. That really just to expedite the
yes
drying process.
Yeah, exactly. I use hair dryers, and sometimes you don't even need the hot air. Just moving air really helps.
D-Cross says, I can hardly wait to see how it's worn.
Oh,
I know.
Fantastic.
It's like walking in halfway through a Bob Ross episode.
And I will show you.
It's like, how is it going to make that look like water? I have no idea. We'll find out.
Okay. Now that we have these pieces right here, we're going to line up right there on the edge. Make sure. One thing about contact cement is once it makes contact, it sticks. So you want to make sure I get it lined up like that. It comes up, wrap around the edge.
You have a ridiculously steady hand.
All right, and let me do this side. Ooh, there you go. Look at that. See there, you guys can see the eye socket come together. Now, this detail goes here. And again, I love this rib stuff. I love the rib detail. It's the only thing that drives me crazy is they sell it in small sheets. So you can't get, you get these little like small, hold on, let me grab an example real quick. I'll show you guys. They're about this big. Focus. You guys can see right here. Oh, come on, camera. There. You see this little dotty. This is textured foam with little beads on it. And I think it's awesome. I'm definitely going to use this for a future project, like a gun handle or a grip on a gun. But look at that. That's super cool. And again, guys, go to my Amazon link if you do any shopping. Helps me keep making videos. All right. Now, let's apply some contact cement to this guy. How are we doing on time?
We are at the bottom of the hour. So we're going to wrap it at about the 50-minute mark.
Right.
So we got about 20 more minutes.
Okay. Hold on, guys. It's coming up. We're dangerously close.
Yeah, I don't see much foam left on the table.
Nope.
So this is the third time you've built this piece?
Yes.
So it's relatively new in your head. You're kind of figuring out as you go.
When I make them, I make some. I get, oh, this is kind of cool, and I make it. And the more I'll build it and look at it and go, oh, you know, it'd be cool. So I keep adding things or taking things away or changing something on it, because what looks good on paper, then once you build it, you can physically see it. It makes you change your mind. So I always keep building stuff. Tell you what, while this is drying, hold on. I'm going to grab my finished one, so when we go to wrap it up, I can show you what it looks like.
And guys, if you're just joining us, Ted is going to be doing some one-on-one meet and greets. Just head on over to the meet and greets section and use the promo code FOAMGUY, FOAMGUY, for $10 off a ticket. He's doing Zoom chats with people, so you can ask your questions face to face, show off your cosplay, get some tips and tricks from the professional.
Okay, so now let's stick this guy on. Sorry, make sure I'm staying camera for you guys. and line it up like this. All right, look at that. There is your cyber eye. Now I have this done, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like when it's done on somebody's face. So let me position my camera ready. I apologize for the shaky cam. It's going to happen real quick. So guys, bear with me. Let me get all prepped up. Oh, shaky cam.
Why you got soundproofing on the ceiling and everything, Ted?
Yeah, it helps because I got a noisy shop. Okay. See, my microphone stays in place. Shift things around for you guys. Oh, hold on. Move that microphone down. Stay put.
The consummate professional.
Yeah, I'm constantly. I still keep things out of frame. All right, guys. Now here it goes. The cyber eye we just made, right? Ta-da! This is your.
That's
so
wicked.
again, now you're probably saying, how do you hold this up? I have an elastic. Well, anyway, instead of just talking about it, I'll show you. Hold on, stand by.
I was totally going to ask you, how do you stick that to your face?
Dun, dun.
That is wicked.
Now, guys, this is the as you can see, it's a little bit different than what I make because I kept changing it. This is one of my earlier patterns I made, but I was testing a chrome paint called Spaz Stick. It's a model, like a model car paint, and I painted this thing black and then put a clear coat of gloss on it. I think it was 2X Rust-Oleum 2X clear on top of everything, and then when that dried, I airbrushed this spastic chrome on it, and that's what gave it the chrome metal look to it.
That is
but
cool.
There it is. And what's holding it on, which is cool, it's clear elastic. You can buy clear elastic. It's comes in different thicknesses, and most women use it for fashion, hiding bra straps and stuff like that, and garments. Which we see like a dress that's open up, usually a clear elastic strap that holds everything together, and that's what this is. And I got the thinnest thing I could find on Amazon, so you just type in clear elastic on Amazon, you'll be able to find that as well. But there it is. That's my cyber eye.
That is the coolest thing, man.
Thank you. And to show you guys what else I had coming, this is my it's my cyber jaw.
Oh my god.
Here you go. Oh. It goes on like this. Same thing. You do a clear elastic strap that goes over your head because I couldn't glue it to my beard. But for you guys out there, but there's the to show you guys the cyber jaw, and the side details are more. Again, this is from my Cosmolds, all detail pieces.
I'm getting some serious Doctor Who vibes. Looking at that jaw, man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people from Venture Brothers. There's a guy, Overbite, Baron von Overbite or something like that. He had a big thing. And you guys can buy it and make teeth and things on it. But I'm getting these guys. I'm working on hanging by rate. Please hang in there. They're coming. I just got to get the bugs worked out. So but they'll all be done soon. There it is. So today we made our cyber eye. You guys can just check that out. There it is. It's all just done out of craft foam. This is a 2mm and 4mm and the 8mm half rounds and everything else, and the textured foam just all cut and detailed out.
So cool. I mean, we got plenty of time. Just kind of curious. It's like, what's your process in creating? You know, kind of starting from scratch, coming up with a design, with a stencil.
Right.
Like, where do you begin?
That's a good question. I always wonder myself. It's like I needed, like, sometimes it just. So when the game came out, Cyberpunk. In the game, most people had just lines in their faces and little things here and there. And there's some stuff like multiple eyes and stuff like that. And I thought it's kind of cool, but the everything is so streamlined. I thought it'd be interesting just to make something a little bit bigger and bulkier. So I got on Pinterest. I'm a big junkie on Pinterest. So I'll look at images and designs, video games, animated. I'll just get on the internet and Google search like Cyberpunk, and I'll see things of other people's designs. Granted, they inspire me, but I don't verbatim don't want to do exactly what they do because it's their work. It's like I just need to inspire me. So most of all the Cyberpunk stuff you saw today is just things I saw from other people, designs from video games or illustrations and drawings, and just take bits and pieces and then alter them and change them up. And sometimes I'll find something I'm like, oh, that was super cool, and I'll try to find the image and I can't find it anymore. But I realize, well, I don't want to look at the image because then my fear is I'll just duplicate what I saw. So if I see something, it kind of reminds me. So I just kind of take the concept of what I remember seeing and build from there. Don't get me wrong, though. I do like building stuff from TV shows and movies. I'm all excited about the new Mandalorian show. I watched the first season, fell in love with it. And so I'm doing right now I'm doing a heavy infantry Mandalorian from that show.
Nice.
But my friend 3D printed a helmet for me. So the helmet's all 3D printed, but I'm going to do the rest of the body all foam.
That's cheating, Evil Ted. The 3D printer is cheating. You're better than that, Ted.
Here's my and people. We've had a lot of heated debates about this, and I have a 3D printer. I got loaned to me by the company Matter Hackers, and I got it and put it in my house, and it's such a learning curve for me.
Yeah.
That by the time I would get something from it, I printed a gun from Fallout. It's a 10 millimeter gun from Fallout, and it printed. It took 12 hours to make this gun, and I realized by the time that gun was done printing, I could have made it out of foam. Done. I mean, I could have made it out of foam, sealed it, painted it, and have it done in 12 hours.
Yeah, I've seen your YouTube shows, man. You turn stuff around in an hour that would take days to 3D.
Well, I to my defense, I trim a lot of stuff down. Like what I do is I stream for like I stream like about 2 hours on my streams. I'll stream, and my philosophy is this: if I'm building something on stream, I'll build it, and then when I'm not streaming, I put it aside and I don't build it until I start streaming. So I take all that and edit down. So yeah, I could build things in about 2 or 3 days, but some things take longer. The longest thing it takes days is pattern making. So the actual build time goes quick. Like I did this in no time. But making this took a while. So this took a day or two to work out the patterns. But when you build it, this is what makes foam so great, guys. It's so inexpensive and it's readily available, and you can get it anywhere. And you can make cool stuff for next to nothing. Now, if you were to go buy something like this, it's expensive. And as a kid growing up, I'm an old guy. I'll warn you guys. I saw Star Wars when it came out for real, first time in 1977. I was 14 years old. In 77, it came out. My mind was blown. And the one thing that blew me away was, like you guys, I saw something that inspired me, and I wanted to learn how to build stuff so bad, and there was nothing available. There was no YouTube. There was no books. Hollywood was this whole hush secret. All the behind-the-scenes stuff, which is really available now, was so mystery back then. And it took years of Hollywood to finally realize that we like seeing behind the scenes. We like seeing how things made. And as a kid growing up, they always kept thinking, well, if you show, it's like showing a magic trick. If you show how it's done, nobody's going to be into it, and it's not true, and people love it. So the idea that I just see this stuff. So when I was 14, I was so frustrated, and nobody was there to teach me. And even when I got to California in the early 90s, industry stuff was still kind of touching. Like you only knew stuff until you worked at a shop. They wouldn't tell you until you got there, until you started working. And I'd learned techniques and things, and so now anything I know or I've learned over the years, I put in my videos or I teach you guys, because I don't want to be the harbinger of secrets. You want to tell everybody. And this is a generation now where everybody's, this friendly community is sharing things. It's great. So I make these videos for that 14-year-old boy and me when I started. And so there's kids like they're like my age, if not younger, that saw something inspire them. And they want to make their own stuff.
I got a million questions. I love to have you, but I gotta go to the chat because we got about 10 minutes left.
Go.
NES Master 80 says, "Is there any other prep, or can you just paint the foam?" Great question. Talking about painting.
Yeah, you can. With this, you could totally just take the effects paint, like the Plaid effects paint, and just brush right on it if you want to. My favorite one is the Mod Podge. What I was going to do, but we ran out of time, I would just do a really thin coat of this with a brush, and then go back in it with some Tamiya paint. I had all this stuff set up, but I wanted to build and enjoy myself and talk to you guys. And if I build really fast, then I would just would have focused and got it done and wouldn't be able to talk.
No, this is great. Now you can field people's questions. D Cross coming back with another question. I like this. He said he made a Klaus. I'm sorry. Yeah, Klaus's Black Panther arm cannon. Oh my God, sweet. A claws. I'm sorry. Is claws arm cannon? Yes. Can't read so good. From insulation foam. Do you think I could have make it out of 2 in regular foam?
Yeah. The thing is, insulation foam is this. It's easy. It's people like it's easy sandable and you can shape things up, but it's not very durable. And I think what you do is if you made something out of foam and you got it all shaped up, what I would do is wrap it in foil and then put duct tape on it and make a pattern off of that and reproduce it out of foam. Therefore, you don't lose your work because you put all that work in that shaping that thing out. Take that work you put in that shape and then cover it with foil and tape, and just lay it all out, trace it, cut it all, make some pieces, make pattern pieces, trace it on the foam, and build from there. Foam is just lightweight; it's more durable because a lot of stuff. The only time I ever use insulation foam is to make a pattern. If there's something I can't really figure out, I'll carve a horn or a shape of a shoulder piece out of insulation foam and then cover it with tape and foil and make a pattern off of that. So.
Well, there's so much stuff going on in the chat. This has been fantastic, Ted. We still got a little bit more time. I wanted to ask you though, because when I first discovered you was on YouTube, and it was your helmet build, which is one of your earlier.
It's 6 years ago. It was my first one.
Explain to us sort of the growth of the Evil Ted channel and your popularity and your con exposure after making that one specific video. It's something I never predicted. I saw Bill Duran's video and thought that's kind of cool. He's doing this thing, and then I saw in the cosplay community at the time. This again, everybody. This is 6 years ago when a lot of stuff wasn't available back then. But people were buying. They were making cool armor and then buying helmets. They would buy a helmet. They would do Pepakura and coat it with resin. It would take weeks, if not months, to make a helmet. And I kept thinking, you guys put so much work into making these body armor costumes that why don't you just adapt the foam thing of building a body and build a helmet? And so I thought, well, I'll show them the technique I use. And so I just did a video to make the helmet pattern, and it took off. And people were just like, what? Like I think what excited people was the curvature of the helmet. It's like that's what excited me about foam fabricating and cosplay, was that taking something that was once flat and making it curved, and it's darting. It's like the same fundamentals of making clothing. You have a flat piece of denim and you cut and dart and you make a pair of jeans. It's the same thing with cosplay with a helmet. So, but I wanted to show people that if you pen everything out, cut it, and then heat form it, that was the trick with the helmet. You had to heat curl things first, and once you glued it and match up your registration marks, it popped it all together. And real quickly, I'll grab it. I was going to say, do you have any pieces just laying around handy? Maybe you can show people some of the things that they can find on your website. Some of the patterns, because guys, if you haven't watched Evil Ted's channel on YouTube, definitely check it out. If you just watch his 1 hour how to make a helmet video, your life will change.
This is from Voltron, and this is again a pattern I have on my website. This is free. You guys can download this pattern, and I have the links for the visor. I love Voltron, and the thing is, I love the show. And of course, I think the beginning of second season, they changed them and made the helmets enclosed. So I keep meaning to make a pattern to add to this to make it more like the new season. But this is just a simple pattern.
What I like about it is it almost looks sort of, you could manipulate that and make a really cool Magneto helmet.
Exactly, and easily. And that's a big thing I tell people is like, always get my patterns. I keep them basic as much as possible so that you can buy them and alter them to your liking to make something new. For example, this is my classic. I did a knight helmet.
That's all foam.
Yeah, it's all foam. I sealed it with creature cast, and this is that I did a clear coat, paint everything black, and I clear coated it. And again, everybody, there's a complete video on this. You guys want to see this? I have a whole video on this on my YouTube channel. See, oh wait, none shall pass. So, and then of course, I just recently did a video. I did a BlizzCon. I did my own version with Space Marine guy. This is a foam helmet.
Oh my God.
And there's these things, and this is the perfect season, guys. It's Halloween. If you go to those Spirit Halloween stores, they sell these chrome visors called the Faceless Mask. So what it is, you buy that, and you build a helmet and trace it and cut it and stick it on. And that's how I was able to make this. And yes, you can see through it.
It screams Cobra Commander. Just those, so
you can see through it.
That chrome face shield. I just get so many ideas when I go to your website and I look at these patterns that you have. Even your most expensive patterns are very, very cheap and very, very inexpensive for people. A lot of them are free, but most of them are like, $5, $6 for a cool pattern.
True. My philosophy is this: I try to make them. I don't want to price myself out, but what makes me price my patterns, if people want to know how I do this, is that it's the amount of time and work I put into something. I did the Fallout armor from the game Fallout 4, and making it was such an ordeal and put so much time and work into it. And then you have to take it and break it all down, and you have to do all the directions and instructions. So like, I know how to build this stuff, so I don't have to really I just knock it out. But if somebody buys my pattern, I can't leave them in the dark. I got to show them, okay, you do this and these do this. And so you have to do the video on it. Plus you have to have printed instructions and all the stuff transferred, and have a guy in Chicago, my dear friend, the modifier, he takes all my patterns and cleans them up and puts the instructions on them. So by all this time said and done, there's a lot of hours out of my life, so I need to make money back from that. So that's pretty much how I make my living. But I try to keep them reasonably priced. So
I love this comment. For going back to Going Ape Costume, said I would not be doing what I'm doing without Ted's videos. Period. It's so great to be able to make what I make, make what I want to make. I'm sorry.
Thank you. And again, I think I like her approach, because one thing that Going Ape Costume does is that she'll see something that inspires her, like, oh my God, this is great. And she loves it. And she'll either find the artist, the guy that didn't ask his permission, hey, I'm going to make this character. Can I do it? And when you ask her, how are you going to do it? She goes, I don't know. I want it. So she challenges herself to pick something and wants to do it, post a picture and tells everybody, here's what I'm making. And then she just kind of problem solves as you go forward. And that's what cosplay is, people. It's problem solving. It's just, when I build something, I have a general idea what I want to do, and then like you kind of go. And I always tell people, when you start with the costume, don't think about the whole costume. Start with one part and work your way from there. It's so much easier to build.
Well, Ted, this has been absolutely fascinating. One of the funnest panels we've done all day. We got to wrap up, but I just wanted to ask people, where can they find you? Obviously, we can find links to all of your stuff on the Cosplay page right here at Baltimore Comic-Con Live. And I want to remind everybody, those meet and greets with Evil Ted, video one-on-ones, are available at the meet and greets section here at BaltimoreComicConLive.com, and use promo code FOAMGUY to get $10 off your meet and greet with Evil Ted. But anyway, where can people find you online?
Guys, you can find me on my website, eviltedsmith.com. I also have an Instagram called evilted_channel on Instagram. I have a Facebook fan page, Evil Ted, just named Evil Ted on my Facebook page. And I also have I started a Facebook group called Evil Ted's Foam Fanatics. And what that is that when I would stream, people would ask me questions, but a lot of streamers that came in were also makers, and they're really good. There's so many talented builders out there, guys, that I intimidate the hell out of me because I think they're amazing. They're all there, and everybody's there with knowledge to share. So if you're building something and you write to me, I have people that write to me every week, and I can't get you something because I only do my emails like once a week. And if you have something that needs to be solved quickly, if you go to Foam Fanatics and post and ask a question, you get a response pretty quickly because it's international. It's 24 hours. When you join the Foam Fanatics, all I ask is that there's 2 questions. Yeah, I answer the 2 questions. When you join, answer the 2 questions, you're in. And all I ask too is people be nice to each other. In this crazy environment right now, there's a lot of trolls, and we just have no toleration for trolls. So just as long as you're in there and you be nice and respectful to each other and post links, it's great.
Great. Well, Ted, thanks a lot for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Can't wait to meet you in person at Baltimore Comic-Con maybe in 2021.
I know. I got my fingers crossed, people. Let's do it.
I know, guys. Well, stick around. We got the Tom Brevoort game show. I have a quick costume change. I got to get into my my game show host costume real quick. So we'll be back in about 9 minutes. Thanks again, Evil Ted.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. See you guys later.